Going on, guys? Mobile Care News here. And in this video, I want to basically show everyone of my subscribers and people who are new to the channel and watch my videos. If you let's say let's say you want to get a cell phone, but you don't know what carrier you want. Let's say you really don't know what you want. Do you want coverage? Do you want good speeds? Do you want cheaper? Well, here are your options. So first we have here. Now we can't really say Sprint. Well, this is what Sprint and T-Mobile now have as a merger. I will scroll. I'm zooming in here. Now before I start, there's no conclusion at which carrier has the best carrier or best service. It all depends on your coverage area and population, etc. So this is what T-Mobile and Sprint now offer. They all offer they both have good LTE of it in the most populated areas. And now when the merger is fully complete 100%, T-Mobile will have most big cities covered with LTE. T-Mobile has Band 12 provides speeds that have advantages over other carriers. With the combination of Sprint, they'll have coverage. Coverage will continue to improve, not as Verizon and AT&T, but it will improve. Slightly, very slowly actually. We'll have good, reliable urban areas, and for the T-Mobile and Sprint merger, T-Mobile also has the most affordable prices. They try to keep it as cheap as low as possible. They also provide perks. It doesn't really say here, but I'm just saying it anyway. Those provide free perks and some discounts. This explains why they can't really invest more in their coverage because they give free perks and a lot of I would say goodies to customers that want free stuff or just at a discount or want it cheaper. Which is not a bad thing. I just wish we could axe that out and focus on the network. But I'm not the CEO of the T-Mobile. I don't make the rules. So the cons with Sprint and T-Mobile, um, before they did this is actually true with the merger. It has a less coverage over all the other carriers. The Sprint T-Mobile merger, they have the less coverage. Even though they say they have more coverage, yeah, they do. But those Sprint towers are still Sprint towers. They're basically still 3G, somewhat 4G LTE. They're not converted fully into T-Mobile. So keep that in consideration. There's coverage gaps. Even though the two merged, there's coverage gaps. 3G networks are shutting down soon, which is going to be next year. So if that's the so let's say some 3G towers are shutting down in your area and you live in that area, expect or walk around, expect to have some issues with coverage because while they're fixing your speeds tend to slow down, or that's what usually happens with a merger or when they fix a service. It's how it is. Sprint, I believe, has fewer 2600 megahertz band signals. Even though they merged with T-Mobile, they still have the lowest. And T-Mobile overall has the less coverage out of all carriers. So keep that in mind. I have T-Mobile. Service is decent. It's gotten a little worse for me, in my opinion. Not like worse, where like I get zero signal bars. My speeds have just been reduced. Had just been from they literally went from 160 all the way to 30, and now to 20 megabytes per second, which is a disappointment in the past 22 days. But I'm waiting for July to hopefully there's a turnaround because I guess upgrading your towers takes time and hopefully it improves. If it doesn't, well then either I'll have to wait for a longer time. Obviously, I can't wait for a long time. I can't wait till September, December. That's honestly way too long. I want to have good coverage now. I can't be waiting and saying, "Oh, wow, my speed's okay," so they're not good. Like, and this is happening and this is happening in every area I go to. I still have pretty slow speeds. LTE is still 4G. It's pretty slow. They haven't fixed that. They're not investing into the company, so I'm not seeing good speeds. You get what you pay for. That's how the model goes. And let's scroll up here. We are now going to be looking on to AT&T. The pros on AT&T here. AT&T has earned its reputation for good coverage, better coverage than T-Mobile, might I ask. It's honestly just the truth. Like, I don't mean to offend T-Mobile fanboys or who are obsessed with T-Mobile. I don't mean to offend any fanboy or any people who are obsessed with what service you like. It's a service. Like I said, you get what you pay for. You're not supposed to love the company. At the end of the day, they just want money. They like giving you a service, but it's all about the money in the end, guys. As long as the service improves or gets better, that's all people care about. And the more people go, the people with more money the company makes. That's how it works. I call it the circle of network or whatever. So they do. So AT&T does have good coverage, way better coverage than T-Mobile. Better LTE coverage in particular areas, and the pros, yeah, like I says here, available LTE in most covered areas. It's with way more than T-Mobile. Their 4G is more available where LTE is not, so expect better speeds than T-Mobile. Known for reliability and performance, again, better than T-Mobile. Their cons, though, some places will have coverage less than others, especially in populated regions or areas. So keep that in mind. There's fewer phone options than some other carriers, so expect not a lot of phone options. AT&T will have good service and speeds, but not many phone options. So keep that in mind. If you want to have slightly better coverage and better speeds, AT&T is the way to go. It is a little more pricey. They do have prepaid plans, but remember, you get what you paid for. It's more expensive. If you do want better coverage and speeds, go for AT&T. Like I'm just giving you the benefit of the truth. That's what it is. Now we scroll up here. We on to the number one carrier in the world, which they honestly are, Verizon. They're known for having great coverage. They have dead zones in some rare areas, not everywhere. So they have you'll have pretty much better coverage out of all. You'll have great LTE coverage throughout the USA. It'll have good reliability and performance. That's what its reputation is for. Very few areas with no coverage. That's what it is for the pros. Now for the cons, it's pretty much the same as all the carriers. Older 3G networks are shutting down soon. That's what they're planning for. Networks can be congested in big cities. This is very true. Now this could only probably happen is if you go over your data limit. But if it happens, even if your data limit is not used up 100% and you still get congested, that's honestly how it is with big cities. Like, let's say you go to LA, San Diego, San Francisco, New York, it'll still get congested. I'm pretty sure as time moves forward, as we go further into the future, we'll notice less congestions because 5G is going to have more latency. It's going to be able to use more data, and even with a lot of people, 5G will prosper, and Verizon will still have good LTE. So expect good coverage to be from that. And the other con is they're the most expensive carrier. They're not cheapest. They don't go for cheap. You can go for cheap if you go their prepaid plans. I believe they're high. I believe you can get up to 15 or 20 gigabytes of data for $50 a month. Now that sounds like a good deal, but the thing is though, they'll slow you down heavy. They'll slow you down. I think the 2G speed. That's honestly how it is with the Verizon. I don't. Do I blame them? No, because they're trying to give you the best business. Um, or the best if you have like a business, they have business plans. They're basically trying to give you the best experience of service. If you want the best service, you got to fork over $90 with tax. It's like $100. If you want to have some data, let's say you want 20 gigabytes of prepaid data, and you don't use 20, you use 10 or 15, then you're good. That's all you need. But if you want truly unlimited or this, you just use a lot of data. I suggest going for the highest $90 a month and just paying it out of pocket, because that's how it is. Verizon was never cheap. AT&T is not cheap. It may be almost the same price, but these are the best carriers. So this is it, guys. This is what it basically is. Your options to Verizon, AT&T, or the new T-Mobile with the Sprint and T-Mobile merger. Now, I currently have T-Mobile, been having some issues with them for about a month. They said they're upgrading the towers. Like I said, it all depends on you, your location, your town, cities, and areas. You know, I'm pretty sure all three carriers, not including Sprint because they merged with T-Mobile. I'm pretty sure they are improving their service every day, even though they're in it for the money. But then again, if they want to make money, they need customers. They need service. They need to increase their service. That's how a business works, especially for these guys. They're the biggest carriers in the United States. Now it all depends on you, like I said. So I have T-Mobile, gonna have some issues. I'm like this close to going to Verizon, but I don't think I will go yet. I think I'm gonna give T-Mobile a chance. Still, I mean, I've only been experiencing bad service for 26 days. Now, people like that are crazy, like I can't take this anymore. I'm switching. I'm sure they would switch in a heartbeat, like a week for me, like more than me, but I'm giving T-Mobile a chance. I'm giving them till December because that's when I first signed up for the service. It's going to be 1 year since I'll be with T-Mobile. So that's pretty much my bet on it. If they don't improve their service by that time, then I'll probably switch to Verizon. Who knows? But yeah, we'll see how it is. Hopefully T-Mobile improves. If they don't improve, I'll probably go to Verizon. And I know I'll be paying the most on Verizon, but I'll be getting the best coverage and service. I could go to AT&T, back to them, even though I didn't have good service even though no, I didn't have a good experience from the past. Then again, yeah, and it wouldn't be so bad. I would get way better speeds than T-Mobile. But my best bet is Verizon. I don't know why. I don't know if this is a coincidence, but the fact that at the T-Mobile store, the fact that let me scroll through Verizon real quick. The fact that they gave me I don't know if it was an accident. The fact that it gave me a no SIM restriction iPhone 12 that can let me go to any carrier I want if I wasn't happy with their service right here. The fact that they gave me that and it's not locked by T-Mobile, is that a coincidence? I don't know. That's so weird. Like who could have guessed the representative or the person that worked at the T-Mobile store grabbed the perfect box that had no SIM restriction. Like who could have guessed? I wouldn't have guessed. Maybe they were new. I don't know. Do I blame them? No. Like I love my iPhone 12. Would I switch to iPhone 12? Heck no, because I can literally switch to any carrier I want. I could literally tomorrow I could literally switch to AT&T if I want. But like I said, I'm giving T-Mobile a 1 year chance. Hopefully they improve their service. I have heard from my subscribers that it's going to take T-Mobile years to fix some areas in some urban areas. It's going to take them years to finally get that coverage going on. Like let's say I don't know, let's say in a certain area it doesn't get good service, and I want T-Mobile to improve that area and that service. Let's say I want them to add a band 71 and 41, 600 megahertz, whatever it is for that area. The thing is, though, it'll take T-Mobile years. It'll probably take them 2 to 3 years to 4 years. Oh my goodness! If it takes them 4 years to fix that one area in service, I'll be out by that time. But I mean, these guys invest. They don't invest a lot. They're very cheap. Either A, I got two things. I got two things. Why? I got two reasons why. Either A, T-Mobile doesn't have the money to invest like Verizon. That's my first guess. Or B, T-Mobile is just cheap. That's how they are. They like to get more customers, but they like to talk a lot and not take their action. That's their deal. I'm not the CEO. I don't know business. I'm not an executive. I won't speak for T-Mobile, but Verizon knows what they're doing. They're investing a lot of money in their company. Like they know what they're doing. So if you guys want to go to the new T-Mobile, the Sprint and T-Mobile merger, AT&T and Verizon, these are your best bets, guys. Let me know what you guys think. Which carrier are you going to? Are you guys switching? Are you guys going to stay with your carrier? Any reviews you guys have with your service? Let me know in the comments, guys. I'm very curious. Should I switch to Verizon by July? That's my biggest question, guys. Tell me this. Should I switch to Verizon by next month? Because it's going to be a month that my service hasn't been pretty good. Ever since literally June hit, my service has not been good. It's so weird. It's really weird. I'm pretty sure it's because of the merger or they're fixing the towers. I have no clue. But let me know what you guys think. Should I switch? Should I wait till December? And if the service is not good by then, switch to Verizon or switch next month? Let me know what you guys think. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. I'll see you on the next video. Peace.